I've never been the biggest fan of the fitness stuff pack. It's one of those packs that I kind of just forget even exists. It's not the worst stuff pack, but it's certainly not the best one. And I feel like it's just kind of forgettable. The whole concept here is kind of about having your own home gym. So it's got some new gym furniture, it's got some new workout clothes, and it also comes with a rock climbing wall. But the thing is so big, it's really hard to use in most spaces. I made a whole video last week where I revisited this pack and played with it again for the first time in a while, just to kind of see if my thoughts on it had changed. And it is a little bit more fun than I remembered, but I still don't think it's that worth buying. We put the gameplay to the test last week, but I'm kind of interested in trying to do a build with this pack as well. There's a couple of windows in this pack that I don't know if I have ever used, and there actually is some kind of interesting furniture here too. So the challenge today is to try and build a decent house using only the fitness stuff pack, and ideally using every single item from the fitness stuff pack. I don't really like having to use the tallest wall height. It's just not my favorite. I feel like a lot of the houses that use this wall height look kind of cavernous, at least when I build them. We do also have a door. I'm not really sure what color scheme to use for these. I don't really like any of them. This is probably an absolutely terrible idea, okay? But sort of my concept with this is to have it be a little bit lofted. I don't think I want to have a separate bedroom. I think I want to try to split level it a little bit. With it being this high, it's still tall enough to have a sim up there. They can stand up and everything. So imagine if we had a really cool staircase like that. I don't know, I just think that's really interesting. I might want to have the bathroom be raised up too, just because I feel like it'll fit nicer that way. I'm kind of imagining that the kitchen might go along this back corner. We can have the living room here. And then I'm sort of thinking, and this might be a bad idea, but I really would like to try and fit in the rock climbing wall. I don't know where a person would put that. Maybe if there was a gym sort of off to the side like this. I don't know, I think the house deserves to have a pretty decent sized home gym. It looks really weird with how the lot is too. I don't know if this is even gonna work. This might be one of those times where I kind of just have to ask you to trust me. I know it looks weird, I know it's a mess, but you just have to trust me. Oh, I forgot about this item. Oh my gosh, I never use this. This enormous archway. Maybe that's cool. I'll take an excuse to use a cool new item like that. I'm kind of curious to try the windows in a slightly different color than I normally go for. I don't know about this gray, like at all, but it's different and maybe in a fun way to have the gray and yellow accents. Okay, yikes. I am currently kind of feeling as though this house is a total mess. It's just not my vibes. I think we all know that. I think we've all discovered that over the years, and it's too tall. It's like way too tall. I'm kind of wondering about having a raised back patio, sort of like this. I actually think that the front door could possibly benefit from that. I wonder if I raised it up and then we got more stairs. I know it takes up a lot of room to have all these stairs everywhere. A lot of room on a relatively small lot as well, which probably isn't a good thing. But I don't know, I kind of feel like it helps. I need to make it bigger again. The number of times I've had to extend this building, that should be fine. It's simple, but hopefully in a cool way. I don't know. It is a little ugly. Oh, this got raised up somehow. Weird. Okay. So for the kitchen, I was kind of picturing it wrapping around this wall a little bit like this. I think I'll probably do an island because I don't think we can fit a dining table unless I maybe delete this. We'll have the living room kind of tucked away in this corner. Maybe like a couch over there. The TV will go there, sorta. And then potentially we could have the dining stuff in this little space. It's okay if it's small. We can get a fancy double bed on this wall and then we have a huge bathroom for them. And then of course, a big fancy home gym. And I think that's the full layout. Now we just gotta figure out how to make it not look bad because right now it looks pretty bad. Right now it looks like a complete mess. I think I'll use this cool darker floor. I guess I could probably get a window over here in the kitchen. This is why I don't ever use these windows because I feel like they're so hard to do a whole house with. I'm making an effort to try and use them everywhere on purpose with this house, but like on a normal day, I just never use them because they're so strange. I just feel like it doesn't make for a nice house. It doesn't help that it's really not my style, but I really feel like they're not good for doing a full building. Uh-oh, there we go. So the fitness pack does have 2 wallpapers, and I think that we'll be making a lot of use of them here today. I am, for the most part, imagining myself using this stone as an accent color, both on the fancy tower and on the side. And then I thought I'd get this one. It's kind of like wavy almost, this texture. I figured I'd use that on most of the rest of the building. Unless I wanted to put this back here too. I'm not sure how much is too much. with the stone. We'll get a nice roof texture. I can do a nice simple texture around this back too with the patio. All the lighting is really bad on this lot. I know I always complain about that, but it really is not so easy to see what you're doing, is it? No, that looks pretty bad. Okay, probably not that then. Maybe I'll just use a sort of fancy concrete. That's kind of ugly. This comes in gray. I do hate to say it, but I almost feel like that's better. Of course it doesn't match. Why would it match? That just makes too much sense. That's not the same color. Surely it comes in the same color. What on earth? What color are you? Oh, that is the same color. Okay, sorry. False alarm. I am known to overreact. Turns out it was the same color. It just looked weird because of the lighting. So that's my bad. I will admit that I'm definitely starting to get a little bit nervous about this as I'm doing it. I'm gonna start picking out furniture now because that I think is gonna help us a lot. We have a couch. We have 2 chairs. I do have a dining table, but I think the dining table is too big for this house. So we'll have to just settle for these chairs. We do also amazingly have a really nice side table thing. There's a coffee table. We have a sink and a toilet and a shower and a corner tub. So it's a good thing I made the bathroom so big. Lots of gym equipment. I got a fancy mirror. This is kind of interesting, this piece of wall decor. We do have a towel. I'm kind of obsessed with this bookshelf, and actually I think that might look really cool in this corner because that kind of fits like perfectly right there. I guess I shall try to use the side tables. Okay, and then my idea for the living room is gonna be to put 3 of these rugs together because we can kind of customize the pattern on them. There is yellow. If we really wanted to go all out with the yellow accents inside of this house, which there are a lot of, we could try to really embrace the yellow and gray color scheme in here. I don't know if that's like the best idea, but it is an idea that we could potentially consider. These chairs have yellow and gray to them. Even this thing has yellow and gray to it, but I kind of like the yellow pillows on that default swatch. I don't love this table in like any of the colors. I also don't love this situation in the dining room either, but it's okay. Maybe we should do a gray rug and then have the yellow chairs because I feel like there's a lot of yellow happening on the floor. Otherwise, we can totally use my favorite fitness stuff light, which I am obsessed with. That's my favorite part of the whole pack, always has been. And unfortunately, we shall just be using some default base game counters. I don't really find that to be a huge problem though. I think that they're okay. I will even put a dishwasher because I don't normally do that. Why does this come in such weird colors? Like the glass is always so strange. Oh, maybe I should put this rug like here if I got it a little bit more central in the room. Oh, that actually fits a lot better. Okay, I can do that. I would like to use this, but I'm not really sure where a person would put something like this. Maybe just by the front door. Would it be weird if I had it on both sides? It might be kind of weird, but I don't know. I'm just trying to get some more furniture in here. I may use that same picture again on this wall. We also have little shelves, but I don't think that those look very good over there. They might be okay on this wall. And in hindsight, none of this stuff really matches like anything that I try to do. I don't like the wood colors at all. I'm gonna get a nice big plant. I feel like that's always a nice touch. I like to do this thing where I kind of make a custom TV stand. Ignore this, okay? We'll put that somewhere else. But basically I use cabinetry and then I put a table in it so it has legs. This TV is probably a little big for that wall space, but we can do something like that because then they have a nice huge TV. It's hung up in a nice place on the wall. I'm gonna get some nice accent walls too. I'm interested in having this brick across the whole back wall, and I'm kind of interested in putting that in the kitchen as well. And then not on every wall, but on some walls, I kind of want to get that fancy wave stuff too. I'd like to have some walls that are still white. I feel like it's nice to have something stark like that because there's a little bit of white in the house still, but maybe the white is too light. Maybe I'll go for a light gray instead. Okay, you know what? That's less offensive. That's way easier to use. All right, we have these cool secret stone wall lights. I was gonna see about maybe trying to put them arranged like a rock climbing wall somewhere, but it actually looks kind of bad, so I don't think I'll end up actually doing that. This is called double vision, and that I think might look kind of interesting hung up above the bed. It's like a mirror with a light behind it. I still don't like this, honestly. This little table is way too much for me. I may have to size it down. No matter what color I put it in, I don't like it. But maybe if we had it big, maybe I'll be fine. Obviously, there's no bed in the fitness stuff pack, so we have to use a base game one. I'm really curious about this standing mirror. I've never really used this before. Ooh, yellow. Okay. I'm gonna do the same yellow rug upstairs. I don't know if we hate it or not, but it's gonna have to happen. Oh, I can't scoot that. Oh my God, platforms are so annoying. Can you raise it up or no? It's probably kind of glitchy if you do that. right? Oh, it fits though. I can get a plant in the corner. I think I might use these cool metal lamps. I've never really used those before. I'd love to get some artwork. I don't really like how it looks though. This is turning into such a weird house. I don't even know if I like it. I don't think these lamps are good. Oh, maybe these lamps are better. That's kind of interesting. And it kind of has that like yellow energy that we're going for. I'm feeling like it might be cool if we had some sort of art, but this I don't think needs to go there because there's already enough yellow. So maybe I'll try and put this inside of the gym somewhere. I'm also really interested in trying to get something larger scale on this wall. I had originally put the art piece here, but I actually think that maybe doing something like this that's big might fit better. I'm gonna try and do some kitchen clutter real quick because I also think that'll help fill it all in a bit more. We need a trash can. I'm also gonna need a trash can outside, so I'll just stick that somewhere. We have a whole lot of work to do on the outside still. The outside needs some help. I'm kind of trying to put a bunch of plants in this space. I just feel like it needs something like that to make it not look as bad. Okay, luckily these books are floating, but I think if I raise it up a tiny bit, okay, we're fine. I was worried that it would be floating on one shelf and not floating on the other, and that was gonna be really bad, but I think we're okay. I think some candles, honestly, in that like kind of yellowy color, that might be nice to put up high. It sort of brings the color up a little more. It's good to have clutter in these rooms. We can also do a small side table and maybe another lamp. I don't know if it's weird to reuse lamps, but this whole house is weird. The whole house is weird. Let's see what we can do about this bathroom, because I actually do really like a lot of the bathroom items in this pack. I'd love to use tile, but I kind of forgot that the tile doesn't really fit. Maybe the tile's good as like a back wall, an accent wall, if you will. I'm gonna stick the shower in this corner because that's where it fits the best. Put the sink back here too. Ugh, I don't really like any of the colors on these things. This is just proving to me that I was right about myself not liking this pack very much. I really don't have any desire to use almost any of these items ever again after this. It's a shame, but honestly, it's just really not my vibe. You know what else sucks? The base game doesn't have a black swatch on this toilet paper. I know that's dumb. It's a small thing, but it's always bothered me about this. I'm gonna get 2 bathrobes because I'm trying to pretend that 2 Sims live here and we can have one of them be yellow. I guess we can also get some plants and stuff to help fill in the room. You know what? That's a nice bathroom. It feels like a nice place to relax. I love the giant tub. I don't use that very often, but it's nice to have a corner tub. That might be the best that we can do for most of this space. I hate to say it, but I don't know what else I can add. So maybe we'll do the little gym now. It is kind of dark in our little gym, which isn't ideal, but it's okay. Everything's fine. That's the default size of this item. I don't think that that's bad. I'm just gonna like shove some stuff back in the corner over there so it's out of the way. And then we gotta figure out how to use these things and like what color to put them in. They do come in yellow, but at what cost? Like, yes, the items come in yellow, but does that mean I should use them in yellow? I don't know. Okay, maybe I'll put that over there and then I can get the treadmill kind of shoved in the corner. I think that those things fit okay. I'm gonna get myself a big mirror on this wall. I might even do big mirrors like down the whole wall. Then you can watch yourself fall off the rock climbing machine, which will be perfect. Everybody's dream. We should put music in here. I might just get one speaker that we've hung on the wall because then it's kind of out of the way. Although if we really wanted to, we could get like some of the nicer ones. I find these hard to decorate around, you know? Like, what is that? What even is that? I don't know if I should put a window back there. It's kind of hidden behind this thing, which isn't really good. Oh wait, does this, hold on. Does it fit like that? Like, do you think the Sims can use it like that? Probably not, because they have to enter it from this side, right? If they could enter it here, it would be fine. I don't think they can. Maybe I should just not bother with glitching something. I don't want to break it by accident. I think that might be it for the interior. I know it's small, but I think it's kind of cool how it's split leveled. And I think it's a nice layout if you've just got like 1 or 2 Sims. If you wanted to have more Sims, it's not gonna work. And it's way too expensive, so it's not like a starter home or anything, but it's okay. I think next I want to start trying to close off some of these areas and like really adding to the backyard. When I say backyard, I more mean back patio, I guess. I'm now wondering, and this is maybe a bad idea, okay? This might not work, but you can't put pools on platforms. It doesn't let you. I can put pools in like little nook spaces like this. So this is really, really small, like smaller than I would probably like it to be. It's not exactly gonna work as like a lap pool or anything if you wanted to use it that way, but it kind of has like in-ground hot tub energy and we can make it match the rest of the building. It looks kind of gross because I made the walls so dark, but You get it. And then it's like a plunge pool almost, and that's cool after a workout or something. I'm also gonna add a little bit more landscaping than I probably should, because we are in the desert, but I also like to have plants. You know, this is one of those times where the new kit stuff would actually look really good. I want to get a couple of lounge chairs up here. I think I'll stick the grill in this back corner. If I tried to put a gate, it's gonna have to be a one tile wide gate. This is kind of weird, but imagine this for a second. My wallpaper. That way we have a gate inside of the half wall that I built, and I can put the trash can outside of it because I don't want it like next to the pool. It still is next to the pool, but at least you can't see it. At least it's not so obvious when you are in the pool. I'm trying to get some sort of orangish yellow flowers to put in these little pots because I like the idea of some plant pots outside. And then I might put a cactus in the other pot because it's small and I think that's kind of cute and it fits the desert energy. So I think I shall do that. I also have this kind of modern plant outside, but I don't like it as much. I'd rather use the same thing everywhere around the entire building. Thank you very much. I'm gonna do a gravel roof because I think that that kind of fits the vibes. And then honestly, the last thing should probably just be trying to get some more landscaping. I feel like in hindsight, I should have used this in the back. The only problem is that with these bushes, I can't put a trail around them in the back because it's up against the edge of the lot. But I don't think that should bother me so much. I'm just kind of trying to get some greenery to take away from how busy the wall is. Sometimes you just need a couple of plants to finish the whole thing off a little bit more. This is actually more than a couple of plants. It's like a million plants, but it's okay. You get what I mean. Is that too many trees? I think that helps. There's something about like trees blocking the building that I feel like it needed. I'm gonna get a little bit of terrain paint because that'll help to finish off the building. And then I might let it be a very simple set of landscaping. Like, I don't know if I want to add anything else to the front because I'm worried about overdoing it. Okay, I'm just looking at it trying to decide if there's anything else that I can add, but I'm worried about making it worse. This is one of the weirdest houses I've built in a long time. I don't usually do stuff like this, but hey, you know what? If you for some reason own the fitness pack and you want a chance to play with it, this is maybe your build. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and I used a lot of things that I don't normally get a chance to, and I feel like I kind of pushed myself out of my comfort zone with this, so I'm excited about it. I'm glad that we did this, even if there are parts of it that I don't like. It was an experiment and it was worth it. I'm gonna link the video that I made where I revisited the gameplay of this pack down below in case you want to check it out, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. I love doing these limited pack build challenges because I really try to use all these items that I kind of forgot were there, and I feel like I learned some things in the process. I've been reminded just how much I really like this stone wallpaper. I kind of forgot about this little chair, and actually this chair has some really cute swatches. And of course, I've always loved this light, but I've kind of reignited my love for it today. And you know what? Weirdly, the toilet. This is a nice toilet. Forgot it was there. The windows are probably never gonna get used again though. This is a one and done thing for me with the windows. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna stop rambling and end it here now. Thank you for watching. Have the best rest of your day, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. I kind of like the yellow and black though. It's got like bumblebee energy in a fun way. I've never used that color scheme before.